Hi, so today we are going to be looking at another online tool, and that online productivity tool is Trello. I love Trello. I use it in my business and my personal life, and I just think it's great. It organizes everything I need and it's all in one place. So what is Trello? Trello is a collaboration project management tool, and in their own words, Trello is the easy, free, flexible and visual way to manage your projects and organize anything. And that's true. I highly recommend Trello. So who is Trello for? So Trello can be used for individuals right through to enterprises. Their pricing tier starts at free and it goes through to business class and also enterprise. So you can really see how Trello can adapt to individuals and also teams. Okay, today I'm going to show you how to set up your Trello account. I will also invite you into looking at boards, cards, lists and the features within Trello. Let's go. So when you first go to Trello.com, you will be brought to their homepage. And from here, you can sign up in the top right-hand corner, or you can click the sign up, it's free button. This will bring you to your create account page. Once you've created your account, you will get an email to say that your account confirmation is through. You confirm your email address and it will take you into your board. Now, when you first visit your Trello account, it will ask you what you're using Trello for. The reason it does that is because Trello has inspiration boards that you can look at, and it will issue an inspiration board based on what you choose. I, for instance, chose business. I would be using it for my business, and it gave me a business inspiration board. So this is your Trello main section, if you like. So here this is your home. You can go to your boards, you can search. You have a navigation here to create a board, team or business team, which you can only create a business team on business subscription, which is paid. You also have up here the information, and you can also have your notifications. You also have your drop down for your profile, all of the cards associated to you, your settings, help, shortcuts, languages, and to log out. Okay, so the first thing I recommend you do is create a team. I create teams because it's easier for me to navigate through. I have a client's team, I have a business team, and I also have a personal team within my Trello account, and it just allows me to know where they're organized, where all of my boards are organized. So I'm going to go ahead and create a team. I could also go ahead up on my navigation to create a team, and we're just going to name the team. We are then going to give a description. Now this is just optional. I like to do it. Create. Okay, so you can now see that we've created a team. So from in your team page, you can change your logo. You can go ahead and edit the team profile. You can also add members by placing their email address in here. You can change your settings. Now within settings, I like to have all of my boards and teams as private, unless I'm doing a tutorial whereby I'm sharing the board or team. And also business class here, you can see what business class gives you, and you can subscribe directly through the portal. Okay, so next thing to do is create your board for your team. So you can create the new board here, or you can go up to your navigation and create board. You give your board a title, and you can choose the team which is associated to. You can of course choose no team if you wish. I'm going to keep it as demo. And what is this board? Is it private, team viewable, or public? So if you have collaboration and you are a team, then you can choose it as team, or you can only set it to the board members. I'm going to keep it as team. And we'll explore this on the next step, but here you can just choose a background for your Trello board. Create board. Okay, so this is your new board. And the first thing I like to do is go ahead and change my background. And the reason I do that is because I have so many boards that it's easier for me to just navigate to the one that I'm looking for in particular. And that's the reason I use photos. So I use photos for my boards, and there are so many here that you can choose from, really lovely ones. You can just choose to match what your board is doing. You also have an option here to search for an image. Okay, for the demonstration, you can go in also to choose a color. I'm just going to choose a color today. The next thing that I do when I set up is my labels. So on every board you have labels, but every new board your labels are reset. So here within labels you can see that there is a list of colours here. You can also create a new label for the colour that you wish, or you can choose to have no colour at all and create. What you can also do with these labels is name them. So I'm going to go ahead and do that here. Okay, and I'm also going to choose this as description. I'll show you that in a moment. Also, if you or anybody that you're collaborating with is colorblind, there is a great mode here where you can have colors and patterns available and not just the colors. Great, so that's my labels set. The next thing I do is change my settings for my emails. And I go up to my profile to do this and settings. The reason I do this is because if I become a member or tagged or anything inside a card, you will immediately get an email to tell you that there's been a change made within the card and the board that you're associated with. So I like to just go and make sure that my notification email frequency is set to periodically and not instantly, because if you are collaborating and lots of people are changing lots of things all at the same time, then you are going to be inundated with change emails. So I have that periodically. Or you can choose never if it's just you working in the team, of course. Okay, so now that that's set, I'm going to go back to my board and I am going to add a power up. Now, power ups give your Trello boards a lot of power. With the free account, you only have one power up available to you, and that one power up I would always recommend is the custom field. So the custom field power up allows you to place text, numbers, checkboxes, dates, drop down lists to your cards, and it's super handy. So I'm going to go ahead and add that, and I'm going to press the settings button to edit my power up settings. Obviously there aren't any, so let's go ahead and create one. So I'm going to choose the date, and I'm going to name that start date. And I am going to show the field on the front of the card. I'm now going to create a checkbox, and I'm not going to show it on the front of the card. So now you can see my custom fields are set, and you can also see on the navigation that under Power Ups you have your custom fields. From here you can go ahead, view it, edit or disable it. Okay, so now that that's done, we can go ahead and add some lists. So for the demonstration, I'm going to be doing a to-do list, but you can use lists for anything you like. For instance, if you have a business board, you could perhaps have social media, whereby you list all your social media to-dos or your social media accounts. You can also have, for instance, I use a board for my clients, and so I would have a list for clients that I currently have or any prospective clients, and I can just move them across in the stage that they come through the business. So for this demonstration, I'm going to choose a to-do, doing, and I'm just going to enter to tab across, done. So from here, you can add a card, copy your list, move, watch, move all the cards, archive or archive the entire list. Okay, so you can add a card from here, or you can add a card from here. The first card I recommend you setting up is a description card, and it's really for when you are collaborating or as a self-prompt what that list is used for. This is really handy because sometimes people don't really understand what they should be putting into a certain list if you have quite complex workflows through Trello. So I always set up a description. Okay, I'm just going to use that as an example. Oh, no. Jumping ahead of myself there. Dear. Yeah. Great. Okay, so now we have our cards for those lists on the board. Okay, so from here I would edit my information description card and I would edit the label. And earlier when I set up my labels, I actually set up the description label here, and I'm going to just add that as a label. So you know that every time that you see that green label there, you know that you can identify it as a description box. Okay, and a tip here, if you actually click on the color of the label, it will bring up the text description of that label, and that does apply to any label that you choose. Okay, so now you can start adding your other cards. Okay, so for example, so when you have set up all of your cards, you can go into the card by clicking it, and it will give you some more options. So from in here, you can change the title if you wish. You can add a description. And save. You can add members to the cards right here, and these members will get the email information to tell them that the card has been changed or moved. You can remove board members here also. Okay, and you can add more labels. Okay, so we can add approved, waiting, urgent. You can remove labels, or you can go ahead and create a new label. As an example. Okay, so you can also add a checklist, and checklists are really good if you are using Trello for workflows, which is super tool. So let's do a checklist. So you'll see that this is now my checklist, and you can just add items as you go. I'm just entering on my keyboard to move them down. You can, of course, add it from here. Okay, you also have the option to have a due date. So this is when this is due. For instance, if this was a task, which it is, I'm setting up social media accounts. I'm going to do that from 2 weeks to today, and I'm going to be reminded 5 minutes before. If you want to remove that, you would simply click on the date and remove. You can also add attachments, and you can add attachments from your computer, from within Trello, Google Drive, Dropbox, Box, OneDrive, or you can attach a link to an attachment. If, for instance, you want to link it with Google Drive, it will prompt you to log into the Google Drive account that you want to link with Trello. Okay, and then you'll be underway. From here, you can also see that I have my custom fields, and I can go ahead and add a new one if I wish. For instance, and then I can just add the number. You can also go to custom fields here, and you can delete the field if you wish. Okay, great. So you can also move, copy, watch, archive, or share this card. I also have my time tracking tools integrated within my Trello, hence why you see them here. Okay, so underneath your checkbox, your checklist, sorry, you also have your comments box. And within here, you can just upload a comment, and you can if you want to give a mention to another member within Trello. It won't do it because I have no other members in this demonstration, but if you were to do this and you start typing their name, it would link to them. Okay, also in your comments, you can add an attachment, you can mention, you can use an emoji, or you can add a card. Okay, so underneath your comment boxes, you can actually see your activity. Okay, everything that's happened on this card. So that is how to create a card. Now, say this is really a to-do list and I've set up my social media account. I can simply just drag it to wherever it needs to be, and it's all trackable. So that was a tutorial on how to use Trello. I really hope that this tutorial is helpful to you and it's inspired you to learn more and use the new online productivity tool. If you've got any questions at all or want to have any more information on Trello or find out about what I do, please just reach out because I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.